Morning and happy Tuesday. Just want to meditate really quickly on something. Don't let yesterday's mishaps predict your today. And don't even let today dictate what you're capable of doing tomorrow. Sometimes we get in that bind of thinking that just because yesterday things didn't work out, today things still aren't working out. Last week you got bad news. This week you're still toppled with bad news. It doesn't mean that you're failing. It just means that you're getting a little bit closer. Don't give up. Sometimes we let little storms stall us. And sometimes we need that stall. Sometimes it's exactly what God needs to put us through. And like I said, put us through. That means he's going to carry us through it. He doesn't intend on having us to stay there. Sometimes we have to go through that storm. And sometimes it seems like that storm is on repeat. And we have to go through it over and over and over again. And sometimes it's to teach a lesson. Sometimes it's to teach us that, hey, I told you this before. You went back and you repeated some of the same mistakes. Sometimes it's not even because you're doing things wrong. Sometimes God does it to confirm that you're doing things right, that you're praying even in the midst of it. Sometimes you might backslide. Sometimes you may say some things that come off a little harsh. Sometimes you say language or use language that is not you. And sometimes you just got to get a grip and get a hold back on yourself. Because somewhere along the line, you lost yourself in the storm because you forgot who was carrying you through the storm. I'm one to say that I've gotten to a point at times in my life where I say, Lord, how many more storms must I endure? But I endure them on a daily basis. And guess what? Every storm that he gets me to, he also gets me through it. It may not look like it today. It might not even look like it tomorrow. But whatever storm God brings me to, I am sure that he will bring me through it. He's done it before. He'll do it again. So why should I stall and why should I say, hey, I'm throwing in a towel? I'm not throwing in a towel. I'm loosing some things that don't belong in my life. I've done that in the past, but guess what? Sometimes in the cleanup process, we fail to realize that there are still some things that we're holding on to that we should have let go of a long time ago. It didn't mean you're any good last year. It didn't mean you're any good the year before, but you're still holding on to it. And you're saying, God, I let this go and I let that go. But he says, there's still some things in your life that you haven't let go. Sometimes I have to teach you lessons, not only through you. I have to teach you lessons through your spouses. Teach your lessons through your mates. Teach your lessons through your children. Teach your lessons through your mother. Teach your lessons through your father. Sometimes even your friends. Sometimes people close to you. We're quick to say that when I win, we're all winning and everything attached to me wins. But guess what? Sometimes God takes you through a storm. He also takes people around you with a storm because he's testing your faith. He's trying to see just how much you believe in what you're saying. And I thank you, dear Lord. I thank you, dear Lord, for every storm, for every circumstance, whether it be good or whether it be bad. I thank you for every storm, Lord, because had you not taken me through things, had I not been going through things at this current moment, Lord, I wouldn't have that time that I could pray and meditate and bring it back to you, Lord. It doesn't matter what the street think. It doesn't matter what this person does. It doesn't matter what that person does. What am I doing in the midst of my storms? That is what matters. Am I praising or am I raising hell? I said that word, and people who know me know that that's not a word that I use very lightly. But sometimes it's not what you're going through that God is looking at. Is how you're handling it. How are you dealing with that storm? Are you giving him praises in the midst of it? Or are you sitting there bickering with this person and that person because things are not going right in your life? Guess what? People are not going to change your circumstances. God can change your circumstances. And sometimes we get away from that. And we got to return back to what we know works. Talking to people don't always work, because guess what? Talking people talk to other people, and those talking people talking to other people, guess what? They're just carrying bones and multiple bones. And you're hearing your story over and over, and not in the way that it was originally intended. Sometimes God gives you a testimony that you got to wait on. Sometimes we put it out there in the atmosphere too soon, and he have to retract it. But that's okay, because it doesn't mean that God isn't blessing you. He's blessing you in spite of. When he tells you to let it go, let it go. Don't worry about, Lord, how am I going to do this and how am I going to do that? Because guess what? The same God that brought you through it before, the same God that worked it out before, he's going to do it again. Have a wonderful and blessed Tuesday, everyone. Stay motivated, stay focused, positive self-talk every day. Start and begin your day with some type of devotion, some type of motivation, some type of self-talk. Say some encouraging words to somebody else, because you don't know what they went through last night. You don't know if they even slept last night. You don't even know where they slept last night. You don't know what hell they went through. So don't add to it. It's something that doesn't grow you, doesn't promote you, doesn't motivate you. Let it go. Because in a sense, over a course of time, it kills you. Let it go. Again, have a wonderful and blessed Tuesday. Just had to get some things out in the atmosphere this morning. Be positive, be blessed, be focused, be motivated. Positive, blessed, motivated. Go have a great day.